I was in a car accident and thrown out, was in severe pain. I had a fractured clavicle and lacerations all over my body, and I had thought that I had broken my jaw. I had tremendous pain in my jaw, and I went unconscious. The thing that amazed me was that as the pain became extremely severe, my breathing became far more shallow, and as I exhaled, I became very numb, and the more numb I became, I sort of just, without realizing it, zoomed out of my body like in a funnel fashion and just hovered over it. And I wasn't aware that I had left my body at that time. I was only aware that I wasn't in pain and that something was different. And then I became very familiar with my surroundings and space and realized that I was separated, but still did not know exactly how, until I got high enough up where I saw a bald-headed man put a blanket on my body. And the most interesting thing at that moment was when I realized I was out of my body and that I was no longer Vita. I did not have a gender whatsoever. There wasn't a back, front, or anything. I was shapeless, odorless, colorless, just something like an invisible gas of some sort. And I just experimented with the air around me. I was the atmosphere. And the higher up I went, the more I became part of the air. An interesting thing was that my hearing during this escalation was extremely acute, as though I was next to anybody who was nearby. When the police came, I could hear them as accurately as though I was standing right by them. When they were trying to shake me, on the ground, as though I was back in my body again. The minute I decided that I had to come back, the light never came back, that beautiful light. I just plopped into my body. I don't even remember the coming down. I just was in, and I woke up in such unbelievable pain. It was excruciating. I just was overwhelming.
Did you remember your experience at the time that you came back?
Yes, I did, very vividly, but I did not speak of it for a very long time, very selectively. My family did not know about it for many, many years. Death is a beginning, Ken. It's beautiful. There's the light. It's love. It's more beautiful. If you really love somebody, you've got to be happy for where they're going. It's an adventure, and they're not alone. See, we're afraid of somebody being alone, but they're not alone. They aren't.
And not only not alone, but it seems like they're surrounded by this sort of atmosphere of love that it's very difficult to leave once you encounter it, isn't it?
It's beautiful. It is just as though, you're being held in a cradle of love and just being carried through the most beautiful, magical story God could ever create. And I just can't explain it. It's marvelous.
Thank you, Vita.
Thank you, Ken.